Hey everybody, Mr. Rubo here. Today is our second video of exponent rules. This one, we're just going to throw in one extra rule for right now. And that rule is actually when you have a negative exponent. Okay? So, ooh, that was ugly. There we go. So what a negative exponent does is it does the reciprocal of whatever you have here. So x to the negative a will become 1 over x to the a. Okay, so I just want to do a few examples of this, and that's why this one has its own video. So like if you had, x to the negative 6th, all you have to do to make this so it doesn't have any negatives anymore, because we usually don't like the negative powers. It depends on who you talk to, but sometimes they will ask you to get rid of a negative power, so all you have to do there is do this. Okay, so x to the negative 6 becomes 1 over x to the negative 6. Now, an example that students usually have trouble with is what happens when we have the negative in the denominator. Okay? Well, you can think of this as, oh, this becomes 1 over x to the third, but we don't like this fraction within the fraction, so it ends up that you multiply by the reciprocal, which guess what? The reciprocal is just x to the third. So you get x to the third. So you can skip this first step usually and go straight to the answer. If it's in the denominator, it goes to the numerator. If it's in the numerator, this is over something, which really it's over 1, it goes to the denominator. Okay? Now, one other thing I'd like to point out here is if you have multiple things, so like let's say we have 2x to the negative 2nd and y to the 3rd. Okay, so this negative 2, because there's no parentheses, the only thing this negative 2 is applied to is the x. It is not applied to the 2, it is not applied to the y. So for this guy, all that's going to end up happening is that this x to the negative 2 will switch to the denominator and become positive. So your final answer should be 2y cubed, because that's not changing because they're positive exponents. And then x to the negative 2 would become x squared in the denominator. And there's your answer. Okay? So don't flip things that don't have negative exponents. Okay, so only flip things that have negative exponents to them. If there's parentheses and the whole thing is to the negative, then you flip that whole thing inside the parentheses. If it's not, it's only applied to the thing that it's right next to. Okay, and so numbers wise, let's say it was, just to see an example, say it was something like this. Well, now you're applying the negative 2 to both things. So you're going to do 2 to the negative 2, which really means you're going to go 1 in the numerator and 2 squared in the denominator. Well, 2 squared is 4. The x to the negative 2, well, that's going to go in the denominator. And the y to the third is going to stay up top. So that's a perfectly fine answer. If you don't want to write the 1, you don't have to. But yeah, there's that one. Alright, so hopefully you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and have a good day.